All right, and welcome everyone to the much anticipated, super long overdue session 2 of Mechwarrior Destiny, Salvage Destiny, Homecoming. Joining me today are four intrepid, brave, and honorable mech warriors who I have the honor of calling my friends. And we have had some just scheduling issues. Truly, the most powerful mech of all. The most powerful mech of all is scheduling. It is a 900-ton mech of utter destruction that has 101 missiles just to one up Cyprian's new longbow. But I digress. As is tradition, we're just going to go around the table. We're going to have everyone introduce themselves, tell us who they are playing, and then we're going to have a nice little session recap from myself to bring everyone back to reality. Up there goes gravity, because we've exited the atmosphere of the planet. But I digress. All right, let's go. Anders, Steve, Straum, and Aaron. My friends, take it away.
All right. I'm Anders. I'm playing Jacob Vastloth, the new, newly acquired mercenary mech warrior, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hoping to finally get back in the saddle in this campaign because I love it so much.
Amen to that.
Hi, I'm Steve, and I'll be playing Cyprian, who has a shiny new longbow that fires 100 missiles in a single turn.
Scary, scary. Especially now that we understand the rules on missiles better. Oh.
Hey everybody, I am Strom. You can find me at Strom Plays Kill Team on YouTube if you like Kill Team. I'm playing Willow, who does not fire 100 missiles a turn. He only needs one grenade.
A little quick aside for Strom too. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have the number one watched kill team video on YouTube with your build.
Absolutely not.
I thought you did. I mean,
No.
he's still pretty popular. You've got one that's got like
I
8
got
million views.
I got some views. If you like Kill Team, go ahead and watch my YouTube channel. I go into very, very in depth on the teams. So if you want like how to play a certain team, that's what I'm there for.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's Strom Plays on YouTube, right?
Strom Plays Kill Team. Yep.
My man. All right, Aaron. Muted, as is tradition.
Here I am. Here we are, back again. Just like we never left. Yeah, but hey guys, I'm Aaron. I'm playing Callum Van Buren, the scout of the company, the scout, the forward skirmisher, just a jack of all trades and master of all trades. Except the trades where Willow's concerned, because he's got a handle, he's got a corner on the grenade gas main combo. That's the wombo combo that Callum just can't touch. But I'm super
It's
happy to
very
be back.
effective.
I'm excited. It's good. It's gonna be good. So let's have some fun.
Excellent. Of course, I am Dare Wolf, the game master, and I'm just excited to be back with you guys. This has been a really fun campaign. Salvage Destiny, our first part, and then this being our second part. And actually, last night we just completed our 18-month-long Mechwarrior Destiny campaign run by Aaron. Myself and Anders here we're playing in. I just want to say special thanks to Aaron for that. The Red Corsairs are not retired, but we have stopped following their story. But with that being said, Session 2, Homecoming, 16th of May, 3064, nearing the planet of Kentares IV. The Major stood tall by the glowing holotape. This is it, boys. Here's the layout of the land. If things go well, then Straum and Jacob will be in the transports and act as the catalyst to get the drivers to give up. Ian and his men are going to be acting as a distraction to the north, here and here. We should have light resistance, maybe a few scout and light mechs, and maybe one medium, but if Ian's distraction goes as planned, then we should be in and out of there within 30 minutes. This takes too long, then the 5th Donegal will realize what's going on and throw everything they have against us and Ian. Callum, Cyprian, you'll be leading the mech lance to intercept the convoy and take out any of the guards. I recommend something with firepower, but also quick enough to get out of there if things go to shit. Everyone needs to understand that if we don't get Delta Company and the others out of there during this operation, there will not be a second time. So, our last session, we set up a jailbreak, as it were. And the way that we are going to tell this story is there are going to be two, not necessarily canonical, they're not happening at the same exact time, but two stories they're going to be told. The story of Jacob and Willow infiltrating this base, getting into two of the trucks, setting themselves up as the drivers, and then the story of Cyprian and Callum engaging that convoy and hopefully taking out the guards and resistance along with whoever they decide to bring with them. And so I'd like to actually start with our first part of this story. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little bit of creative license to Jacob and Willow. There is a facility. It's built into the side of a rocky outcrop, sort of the side of a mountain. And this is a high security prison facility. All right. And what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to actually place you on that map so that you guys can see. And then for the folks at home, I'm also going to move you guys over so you guys can get just a basic kind of overview of what this facility looks like. So there are 4 transport trucks. Don't let the barrels confuse you. It's just the best transport truck I could find. A little bit of suspension of disbelief, theater of the mind, as it were. But we have this facility. So I want you guys to take a few moments to analyze this facility. And then I'd like you to flavor this is you guys prior to heading out. The two of you maybe together just discussing what the battle plan is, how to enter in. And then I'm going to be here to basically act as a liaison between you and Ian, and I can feed you certain information, right? I'm going to give you guys 3 specific questions that Ian's informants can give you that can help you succeed in your part of the mission. So we're kind of running this as a sort of a little mini game in the game, if that makes sense. Do you guys have any questions about this so far? Perfect. Take it away, gentlemen. You have a digital overview of the layout of this facility. You can imagine you see this sort of more visualized, detailed map, and then we zoom out. We see you guys above the holo table of the dropship, and you see you guys looking at it, begin pointing, begin your discussion.
So I think the hardest part's going to be actually getting onto those trucks. We need to figure out a way so that whoever is supposed to be driving isn't driving on it.
Agreed. So I was looking at the MRB a little bit ago, and I found out that the GDL, Great Death Legion, has recently been hired by by Katrina's forces. That might be a way of getting in and getting in undetected, disguising ourselves, because we could just simply disguise ourselves, our MRB IDs, as being part of the Great Death Legion. But that still doesn't get us into the driver's seat necessarily. That gets us into the proximity as guards.
So, as far as I understand it, we have plenty of Katrina uniforms, House Katrina uniforms, on our ship right now. We've got sidearms, we've got passes. We could use all of that sort of stuff. I'm not super worried about getting into the facility. It's making sure that we're the ones getting out of the facility. So the way that I see it, we can either convince them that I am some sort of ranking officer, which I think will be the more time-consuming part, or we can figure out who the drivers are and just remove one of them, which I think, and Willow will pat Jacob's bicep. So I think you're probably fully qualified to do that.
I've been made the bag man on a couple jobs. Yeah. If we'll need to pick it will still take, good timing to do it without anybody noticing. But that definitely is probably the easiest and ultimately going to be the quickest and cleanest way of getting onto the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not worried about making a distraction. I have some practice making sure that everyone has their eyes on me.
Mhm.
So I think that is how we'll get onto the truck. How we'll get into the facility. is with just all of the Katrina stuff that we have on the ship: uniforms, sidearms. I think we have a dropship or some sort of personnel carrier, Katrina branded. I'm not super worried about getting into the facility. I think that we have mostly everything that we can accounted for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just got to make sure you've been brushing up on your the Katrina security information that's still in the database, have you?
Yeah, I've been giving it a good look over. It's not hard encryption, and it's definitely not hard protocol to follow. It's Steiners have lapsed clearly, but I've got it down enough to get it to get us through.
Can you believe they don't even straighten their back when they salute? Lazy.
No, lazy. So it's a slipshod nature and protocol, and that means a slipshod nature and checking IDs.
Yes. I just wish that we could have printed out fake IDs instead of having to steal someone else's. You've memorized the names on the IDs that we're using, correct?
Jawohl, Herr, and he'll say, oh man, what's a good fake German name that
Hans.
some Steiner guy would have? Yeah,
Hans.
Hans Gruber.
Yeah. Friedrich.
Yep. As well as you, Herr. Shit. What is it?
Schuler.
There are like non-German people in the in the Lyran Alliance,
That's not a real thing.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
you're making up stuff. That's fake news.
As well as you, Herr Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll go with Ricardo.
Herr Ricardo. Love it. You love to see it.
Yeah.
All right, so you have 3 specific questions about the layout, the faculty of the facility, the personnel, who's going to be driving. Basically, you have 3 questions you can ask to help better set you guys up for success. This mission is 2-pronged, right? 3-pronged, really. You guys have to get in a position to be on the trucks. Then Callum and Cyprian have to take out the defenders, all right? The escort, as it were. And then a whole of you guys have to get the hell out of Dodge. So 3 things, and it starts with you guys. So what 3 specific questions do you ask Ian Desari's informants about the facility, its personnel, layout, security? What do you guys ask to give yourselves an edge on this mission?
Are there... You go first.
I mean, the only question that I think is most relevant is if we can find the names, the muster point for the convoy. Because we have to know where we're going to seem legit.
Yes. The muster point for the convoy is inside the main garage of the facility, which is the map that we are on. So they're going to be mustering all of the prisoners, are coming from deeper in the facility. They'll be escorted out through the main sort of drive area, this kind of parking area down to the south here. All right. They'll be escorted, placed on the trucks, and then they leave. And then it's a quick jaunt from here, roughly an hour to 2-hour drive from here to the effectively the execution facility, as it were. That's question 1. You'll know where they're going to be escorted from and where they're going to be mustering. Perfect. Done. What else you guys got?
You got a question?
The only thing I can think of is, are there any automated security systems that like we can just simply either bypass, or are there any systems that like have a easy like sucker punch like style solution where we can just wave over a certain like a certain pass card?
This is why Jacob is just better than Willow. That's a great question. So Jacob, there is a automated turret defense system inside this facility, both exterior and interior, that uses facial recognition software. However, because you asked this specific question, you may, because you asked that question, effectively set yourselves up to where the system will recognize your faces. I will give that to you. I think that was a really good question. I won't be able to drop that on you and totally screw up your plans. Well played. Well played, sir. So yes, there is, and you are able to bypass it with the help from Ian Desari's informants, as it were. Yes. He's got a couple loyalists inside there. Very few. There's like 2. Got a couple loyalists. Yeah. What's your third question, gentlemen?
Great question.
I know.
Question.
Giving you guys a little bit of an edge before I inevitably knock down your house of cards.
Can we get the backup route from the informant?
What do you mean by backup route? Like, if things
So,
go awry, where are they going to
If the
go?
things go to shit during the convoy and they're too far to turn around, they will have to have a backup route. And because they will have to have forces in that direction closer than the forces that they're going to.
All right. So, interesting you should bring that up, Willow. There will be 4 trucks. This is what you find out with that question. 4 trucks, only 2 of them will have prisoners on them. The initial information that you guys were fed said that all 4 trucks would be filled with prisoners. Only 2 of them will have prisoners. The other 2 are decoys. The other 2 are decoys. So the idea is that if things go awry, the decoys continue on to the facility and the actual prisoners go elsewhere. And that route takes them effectively back to here. But they would assume that anyone attacking or trying to free the prisoners would follow them to the execution facility and likely not go back to the other facility. So that's their game plan. All right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great
interesting.
questions. You got all my little plot twists gone. All right? Now the 2 trucks that don't have any prisoners in them are planned to be filled with ground personnel. So something to take note of. All right? Something to take note of. So, what is the specific plan here of how you guys are just going to waltz in? Is the game plan? What is the game plan?
Well, yeah. If we sneak in, we're doing something wrong.
Correct.
So we uniform up,
Mm-hmm.
get our IDs, walk in like we're supposed to be there, and then Willow says that he's supposed to be there.
And then he's just like, I'm Carl. I'm supposed to be here, of course.
I'm
All right.
Hans Gruber, and this is my attaché, Large Ricardo.
Large Ricardo. Love that. Speaking of Large Ricardo, we pivot over to a different holo screen. Where we imagine, if you will, you see like an actual bird's eye view of this open field. You see this convoy of mechs and personnel carriers driving towards kind of the north. There is a kind of an airstrip area, and we see a couple of helicopters as well that are with them, some atolls, as it were, and they are making their way. And so this is happening several hours after the conversation we just witnessed. So we see this overview of this convoy moving in, and then we go back in time as we kind of zoom out above this holo table, and then this is just a artist's representation, a recreation of what they think is going to happen with this convoy. And you see that digital layout of this battlefield. All right. So for Cyprian and Callum, also discussing what their battle plan is, along with your 2 young but now pretty competent Mechwarriors, Bruce and Sam. Bruce and Sam are a little nervous, but that nervousness, you've started to realize Bruce and Sam's nervousness is battle anticipation. It's not really fear. It's not really like reservation. It's just that battle anticipation. Your adrenaline starts pumping a little bit. And Bruce is looking down and goes, Callum, are we sure that... What if they've got something bigger than medium and light mechs? I don't... What should I bring? I'm really only used to running around with the scout mechs. Oh, man. Continue.
Bruce, medium mech should be fine. But what I would ask is, do we get the same kind of thing? Like, do we get the 3 questions to the attaché?
Absolutely, yes. Yep.
And were we already privy to the fact that only 2 of these trucks have?
Yes.
Okay.
Any information that was gotten by Willow and Jacob is transferred to you guys. So you guys are working in tandem to get this done. Yes.
Then what's the size and disposition of the ambushing force? Because they clearly are expecting trouble. They know Ian is here already. He's had operations against them already. These prisoners are obviously
important.
as much bait as they are anything else. So would the ambushing force be coming from the direction that the decoy trucks would be driving in an attempt to draw attackers into the teeth of an ambush, maybe?
So what you're going to see, and what this is there is one atlas that is going with the force, with the actual convoy.
Well,
all
he's
right,
gonna slow
one
them
atlas that is an AS-7D atlas. So they're not moving very quick. They're moving very. It's almost like they're acting confident in the situation, right? And then there are statement that there is also an additional force that is going to be running on passive sensors, just sort of roughly a couple kilometers away from the main force, that is there to reinforce them should mind you, should Ian show his face, as it were. And that additional force is 2 heavy mechs and 2 medium mechs. They're acting as a kind of vanguard to the situation, as it were.
Yeah, they would have to be mediums and no heavier than heavies to be able to make it here.
Correct.
So, okay. Any resistance units that aren't Ian operating in this area?
No.
Okay.
No, Ian has pulled all of his forces away to attack some air defense emplacements, some anti-air, so that he can hopefully move his forces around a little bit more readily, as it were. And that is also acting as a distraction to allow you guys to hopefully rescue these prisoners, which include several of the palace guard that were captured during the fight. There's a lot of his men, along with just, Delta Company, your old allies from a little over a year and a half ago.
Steve, any question? We got one more.
So just to summarize, so Ian is attacking an emplacement not on this map.
Correct.
There's going to be a vanguard with the truck convoy, and then there's a small contingent of 4 others ready to reinforce if needs be. So this doesn't count as my question, but have we got? I'm assuming that we'll be able to communicate with Ian when we're on the ground in our mechs.
Sure.
Okay. Because Cyprian's going to be telling Callum that it's going to be all about timing, because we need to make sure, or we need Ian to draw as many troops away, or as many mechs away from here as we can. Because what I'm thinking is, if and do we know what the contingent is that's going to be directly supporting the truck convoy?
Looks like.
Is that your question? Do you want to specifically know what's in that convoy? You want to know the actual mechs? I mean, suspension of disbelief, you can see them on the map right now, but...
couldn't hurt to know for sure.
Yeah, go on then. Let's.
Six atolls, an atlas, and three oh my lord, blackjacks. 3 blackjacks. BJ 1DB blackjacks and one assault atlas AS7D. And then the reinforcement are 2 quick draws. 2 quick draws that are the QKD 4H quick draws, and then 2 hatchetmen, actually. 3 X's.
Okay, nothing terribly
Okay.
heavy, but those quick draws could be an issue at range.
Yeah. But if those quick draws and the hatchet man can get dragged away by Ian, then that lightens the load for us directly here.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Can I rig something up to give to Willow so that they can stick a beacon on the 2 trucks that have prisoners in?
Oh, that is absolutely already, like, that to me was implied. You don't even need to do something like specific about that. Like, they're gonna let you know, hey, we're in the red trucks. Like, they have like a beacon that only you guys can pick up or something mechanically that you guys can notice. Absolutely, 100%. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now, after these 3 questions, and I'm going to give you guys some more time to discuss like where you want to set up, where you want to be waiting, etc. The other sort of fun little thing that I'm doing for you guys in this one as well is that each of you gets 1 flashback moment. Should things go foobar, you have a moment to be like, hey, this bad thing's about to happen. However, back 2, 3, 4 hours ago, back earlier this day, I actually did this. So it's sort of a little bit of like a Blades in the Dark kind of thing where you can be like, hold on, flashback moment, I did this to solve this problem. So each of you is going to get 1 moment to be like that. So Cyprian, as an example, perhaps during the fight, if those guys start moving in, oh, hey, actually Ian has an attack force that's moving in, those guys get pulled away. As an example of something you might want to do, I'm not saying you have to, but that would be a great use of that kind of 1 little, I get to be the game master for a moment card. Make sense? All right. Any additional preparations, discussions, specifically between Callum and Cyprian? I'd love to take a few moments to just hear what the battle plan is for that.
So GM, just in terms of the map,
Mhm.
in terms of like height differentials, there's little sort of white circles.
Mhm.
I'm going to ping onto the map. Hopefully you can see me. So
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that out of line of sight of, say, this
Yes.
corner?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And this section in the middle is raised up, and
Mhm.
therefore I'm assuming that behind it
Yep.
would be also out of sight.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Exactly.
And in terms of sizes of the sizes of of a typical heavy mech, 80 tonner or whatever, would hiding behind or in trees be feasible?
Yes.
How big are these trees? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Absolutely. You can definitely use that as cover if you want to. Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. What else we got? What are we thinking?
I think we need to wait for them to be farther along their route before we hit them. I don't want to hit them along this section of road, just because if all hasn't gone to plan and Jacob and Willow aren't in control, those things could turn around and blow. And at this point, if they make it back, we actually don't have any idea if the prison camp has like fixed defenses or weapon emplacements, and we could walk into an absolute meat grinder. So if we wait for them to pass, let's say this marker right here, we basically forced them to commit here, and the faster mechs could, if they needed to, run down the trucks. I think I'm going to station Callum and Sam and Bruce back here,
Mhm.
and maybe Cyprian can be right around there.
Sam
and
asks if it's all right if she brings the night gear.
I
She's
thought Cyprian
been.
was bringing the night gear.
I thought Cyprian was bringing the longbow.
Oh, I mean, he can bring I mean, the longbow would have a lot of extra punch. It's not the quickest. It's not the quickest thing in the world, though.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk mechs. What are we bringing?
I mean, I'm bringing the Mad Cat.
As is tradition.
I mean, the longbow has the range,
Mhm.
but it's not gonna catch anything. But it does, it does. It does have a better ability to defend itself though than the night gear, if it's caught in close, because it's got the medium pulse lasers as opposed to machine guns and a flamer.
Mhm.
It's up to Steve.
What are you thinking, Steve?
So I think Cyprian will probably like lean on the edge of the table and kind of zoom in on the map a bit.
Where are you zooming into? Here, I'll
Just
do it.
generally like zooming
Like,
in
zoop,
and kind of
zoop,
looking at stuff.
zoop,
Um,
zoop, zoop, zoop,
and then
zoop,
we'll probably look up at
zoop.
Sam and say, okay, so you and me, night gear and longbow, fire support.
Yes, I've been practicing in the simulator with long range missiles. I've actually got pretty good at locking in on. Well, I don't know. I've just watched a lot of your battle ROMs and it seems to work really well for you, Cyprian.
Cyprian's gonna look at Callum and just question. I'm assuming that that the massive ship that we got has also got various other small vehicles on it.
Mhm.
So here's what I'm thinking. We get like half a dozen of those little, trucks, jeeps, and all the rest of it, and create a small roadblock, but at the side of the road to funnel them directly down a path. Because we know they're going to stick to the road, but as soon as the first shot is fired, they're going to scatter. And if we can force the mechs through a funnel, so even if it's a case that we block off a few units at the edge of this forest, the mechs can get through a standard roadblock. They can just walk through it, but it funnels them. If we can load them up with as much fuel as possible, we turn that into an explosive fuel roadblock.
You want to block the actual road, or you just want to block off a couple of these
No, I mean
hexes right here?
that seems about right.
I like that.
Because then we've effectively placed mines made out of vehicles that we know that the mechs are going to just be able to walk through stuff anyway.
Hmm.
So if we put an explosive underneath them, all it needs is one missile to take out a mech fairly easily.
Mm-hmm.
That could work. We just need to make sure that the transports are nowhere near them when they go off. But those transports will stay on the roads. As soon as we're engaged, the two with the prisoners have instructions to turn around. So, best case scenario, Willow and Jacobs are in them. They're aware of the mines and they steer clear. Worst case scenario, they aren't in control of the trucks. They turn around and try to get away. I think that could work.
So no, normally splitting our forces isn't tactically advantageous, but if we split the two fire support mechs, one opens up from along the road, and then one positioned behind, if you're if you're s- if Callum and Bruce are off the side of the road here near the roadblock, then perhaps I position myself south. Though the longbow hasn't got the speed to catch them if they do buck and run.
Well, then you just need to make sure that you're in range when you open up, and let me worry about keeping them there. Or maybe Bruce stations with you, and between, I guess if Bruce is going to take looks like the Centurion's on the board, so I guess Bruce is going to take the Centurion. That's the AH. Is that the one with the AC 20? Okay, yeah.
He's been doing really well in the simulator, just just coring people.
If he posts up with you, your fire support can screen him, and his speed can make sure that you're not caught out of position. Sam hits from behind, I hit from the front.
That could work. So confusion among them. And if Sam provides the opening salvo from continuous along the road, that will likely draw the mechs in her direction as the initial opening salvo, allowing us to then open up from side and behind.
Basically set up a kill box.
Yeah.
And we use the confusion and the terrain as a force multiplier to even the odds because we are outnumbered.
Yeah.
And I say we get ahead of them. We stay powered down with Sam powered up in passive. When she pulls the trigger, everyone cold starts.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Love it. I love it. We get a little
processing. Stabilizing.
Yeah.
Weapon systems online. All systems active.
There you go. There you go. Got that going for you boys. And I think with that, I think we're gonna blow this keg. All right, powder keg. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna begin our journey, and we watch as Callum and Cyprian. You guys are getting ready to set up your ambush. Go ahead, and you should have access of the Centurion and the Nightjeer. Go ahead and set those guys up where you would like them to be on the battle map, so that that's pretty much ready to go, as it were. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna pivot over to the facility, and like I said, we're gonna kick this thing off. We're gonna see what kind of craziness happens here. And all I can say, gentlemen, is I'm excited to see what kind of craziness happens here. That's all I'm saying. I'm excited.
Can I get a longbow, please, on the map?
I mean, I guess if you want to. I don't know. It just feels like a lot of work. All right, boom. There it is. And this is going to be controlled by Cyprian. Let me save that. Cyprian, your color is yellow, so I'm going to tint that yellow for you. All right, Boomski, you should have a longbow on the map. Skadoom.
I see it. And I see mine too. Good.
Save.
So I'm thinking like down here.
Yeah, you can like be hiding in the trees. Love that.
So if you were there, then
Love that.
that's where we want Bruce and the Centurion to be.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even in them.
Yeah. Like a little deeper in the
ready.
trees, ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
And Callum, I think I'm going to leave about right here. And honestly, I think Sam probably going to want her back here-ish to hit the rear of the units as they pass here to sort of drive them forward, and she's got enough speed to move up and get into range.
Yeah, she can move up and reposition and get into range. Yep.
Cool.
I like it. All right. I like it, boys. So we have a plan. We have a plan. It's a good plan, I think. But as is with all plans, as soon as they meet the enemy, they never actually
No plan survives
work.
contact with the enemy.
It does not. So we open our scene with two dudes walking up like they absolutely fucking own the place. They absolutely own the place. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of activity around this facility. You guys managed to slip in with some quote-unquote fake ideas. TNX, I appreciate you, sir. You're a good man. Project picture of A-Rob dabbing on the building across from your house. Great job, TNX. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate you, man. It helps. This is my full-time job now. All right, cool. So as we, that's been my joke lately. It's not really a joke. I don't have a job, but it's fine. So we watch as you guys begin to approach the facility. You manage to bypass a couple of those little like fence guards, like flash your ID, drive in, like you own the place. You're like, oh yeah, we're the drivers from the execution facility or whatever. You know, you said to get yourselves past. But we're going to open with you guys near the big garage, and there's a couple of masked generic security guards. They're masked so that you don't emotionally feel attached to them if you inevitably kill them. Super, super convenient, which is good. But as you approach, one of them he's just kind of absentmindedly just checking his firearm and just looks up, and you see his head kind of rock back. And through this masked, this sort of speaker mouth, sort of calm, who the hell are you?
We're the driver and my attaché, Air Ricardo, and I'm Air Gruber.
Drivers. Henrik!
Yeah.
Were there supposed to be new drivers? I don't know. Nobody tells me shit, man. I thought it was the other guys. Did you get you guys have your paperwork, transfer orders? This is all...
This has all been taken care of already. Why are we going through this again? This has already been transferred here. Are you going to be the reason that these prisoners and the entire operation gets delayed?
Negotiations, if you would. Negotiations, if you would. Give a quick little check. Your DC for that is a 14. That was actually a pretty good roll. I did roll 3d6. It was a pretty good roll. That's 2 6s. Woo-wee.
Oh wow, I rolled I think double ones. Yeah, I rolled snake eyes.
Oh.
Let's go ahead. I'll spend an edge so I don't roll snake eyes.
Yeah.
And I can spend an edge to make you re-roll those 2 6s.
If you want to, absolutely. You can
I will.
start off
I
strong
will.
with some edge spends. There you go. Start off strong with some edge spends. Don't kill Mess
There it
Minion
is.
27. He's my favorite.
Ooh, a 1 and a 2 this time.
Oh, that's not good at all. Do you want me to re-roll my 2 6s? I'll do it. I'll do it.
Gotta.
Yeah, I think you gotta.
All right, so I got 8, 9. I'm still getting a 10. Uh-oh.
Can I spend edge to reroll my reroll?
Yes.
Really...
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Let's try it one more time.
This is
Hopefully I'll
starting
roll higher
off
than a
real
1 or 2.
shaky.
It's going pear-shaped already.
Oh, no.
I'm actually pretty good at this. All right, there we go.
Woo! So you get a little aggressive. He's like, hey, calm down, buddy. If this was, and then maybe you press in. And so how do you press into him a little bit more aggressively as he starts to maybe like just ever so subtly raise his gun like, who the hell do you think you are?
Right up to my chest, to his chest, and I go, is this what you're going to do right now? After all this transfer stuff? Are you going to be the reason that everything doesn't happen today and we have to reschedule everything? That is so much paperwork and so much payroll that you're going to be the reason for. And I keep poking him right in the chest
Yes,
with every point.
tink. And you watch that gun slowly droop. Look, man, I don't want any fucking trouble, man. Just do whatever the hell you need to do. All right, just fucking leave me alone. All right, just carry on.
No, I'll give him the shittiest salute I can. Slap him on the shoulder. Say, "Good man."
And as you guys slip into the facility, you just hear him look over to Masked Minion 26, per what TNX said. Looked over to Masked Minion 26, and he goes, "Fucking assholes." But as you guys
Fucking pencil pushers.
moving pencil pushers, hate them. All right, so you guys enter into the facility. So this is what you see before you. You see four trucks that are currently being loaded up. And as you enter in, Willow, you actually see a number of your missing, presumed dead friends. A couple of your friends that you have not seen in quite some time. You see Alan, Helen, and George. Each of them looks like they've been through the ringer. They look like they've probably been tortured. They look like they've probably been a little malnourished. And any of those inner sphere conventions about the proper treatment of prisoners are not being abided by. None of them notice you. Their heads are hanging low, and they're currently all being escorted by a number of masked minion number 23 and 22 are escorting them and loading them onto the trucks. And they are loaded onto this truck at the back right here. Now, inside of the facility, there's a couple of things to take note of. All right? The actual prisoners, they're coming from deep inside the mountain all the way at the back of the facility. So there's a number of other people of interest, important prisoners, etc., that are being processed, moved, loaded onto these trucks. You're watching this all happen. So you've probably got 15, maybe 20 minutes before this convoy is ready to move out and begin moving. How would you like to proceed?
I think Jacob is going to make like a pseudo, like a guard, but also kind of like a mechanic. And he's going to start looking at the trucks, and surreptitiously, he's going to plant an IR beacon on the truck that he saw the prisoners getting loaded onto, and if he sees the other truck that has the political prisoners being loaded onto it, he's going to plant on the cab just a big IR, like a small IR strobe. It looks big under night vision, but
like you walk by it, you're like doing like a mechanic's like, all right, everything looks good, give the tire a kick. As you lean down, you just go like a ka-chink and just land one of those on that truck. I like it. As you are moving in, you're getting near the truck and you're watching everyone load in, you're getting ready. You hear a couple of the guards mentioning that they are expecting some resistance. They've heard tell that Ian, the son of that traitorous Duke bastard, is likely moving against the 5th Donegal. And they're hoping, they themselves, a couple of these, ground troops, are hoping to see some action as well. It's been kind of boring just being an occupation force. And as they are talking, a gentleman wearing a dark coat with black hair starts moving over, and very similar, in the same truck that you were just tire kicking, Jacob, this gentleman moves in, and he just looks like he might be important. He kind of looks like he might be a driver, as it were. Kind of looks like he might be a driver, and he's talking with a couple of the guards. He's looking around. He's got a clipboard in his left hand, and it looks like it has a route on it. Like you get a brief flash of it, and you see this sort of path, path marked out. What would you guys like to do at this point, as it were?
I'm gonna keep going about my business, but I'm gonna kind of just keep a track of where he's going, and I'll look over at Willow and say, "Get me an opening."
Willow is going to walk up to him and say, "Are you one of the drivers here?"
Yes. What is it to you? Who are you? I don't recognize you in this facility.
I just transferred in. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yes. So many transfers lately. With all the movement of the prisoners around, it's been crazy,
I gotta replenish the people going out.
Yeah.
I'm just overseeing. Listen, let's not get too hasty. I'm just overseeing all of the administration going on before everything heads out, making sure that everything goes to plan here. Can I just make sure to, can I see that clipboard you've got? Just make sure that all this paperwork is correct and up to date.
Negotiations, because he doesn't recognize you, and he's a little suspicious. Dynamite.
Right.
Dynamite
All I
roll
need
of
to do
9.
is
There it
not
is. There's my
roll
GM
one or a
luck.
2. There we go.
Boom. Goes, yeah, of course. I understand all of the paperwork and the nuances of, yeah, of course. Please take a look.
Yep.
It's all in order, I assure you, sir.
And did you get your mandatory physical before you left?
Mandatory physical? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm in perfect health. I just had a
Listen,
physical last week.
Everyone needs a physical before every escort mission. We have to make sure that there's no carrying disease or anything out into the
Do I look
facilities.
sick to you? What do you do?
Listen, you could be a super carrier. We don't know. That's why we have
Damn
to go through all
bureaucracy!
this.
I just fucking hate this. Yeah, fine, I'll go see the doctor. Jeez, oh my
All right,
God,
all right.
this is so stupid, unbelievable. I cannot believe this shit. I've got to go and see the doctor. Oh yeah, are you sick or not? And then he moves off, and he's basically not a problem anymore. There you go.
That should take him about 3 to 5 business days.
3 to 5. Now he's got to go and actually get scheduled. They got to see if the doctor's available. And so that's gotten rid of him for at least 5 to 10 minutes until he figures out that he doesn't need to do a physical. And then
If I've been to a doctor's office, it's, hey, I'm here for this thing that this company told me to do, and they go, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then another gentleman, also tire kicking off to the side here. He's kind of doing his little tire kicking thing, and he's looking around. He's got a similar clipboard. Clipboard. Jacob, how are you going to handle this guy?
Let's see. I'm not good at the talking bit. And I'm also not good at the convincing bit because I'm not good at the talking bit.
You got jargon?
I got some jargon. Oh man, jeez Louise, how am I gonna do this? So I think
Hear me
Jacob's
out.
gonna, yeah.
Rear naked choke.
Jacob is gonna look over at Willow and just say, he's just gonna say, man, he's gonna point at him and then say, coast clear, let me know.
Yeah, Willow will walk back. He'll open up the truck that he's standing that has the other team in it. I assume that the key is already in there in the ignition. It's probably idling.
Yeah.
He'll throw the clipboard in, and he'll walk over, and he'll get right on the side of the truck, lean on the truck, and go, "What are you kicking the tires for?" Doesn't seem like standard protocol.
He looks around and he goes, just a bit superstitious. It's something I've always done before a mission.
Oh, really?
Who the hell are you guys? I don't recognize you.
Transfers, just making sure everything goes smoothly.
Transfers, don't worry about it.
If it works, don't fix it.
I love it. I knew you were going to say that. I was just like, I'm going to say it again because it's funny. They're Dem's charm.
What caused the superstition?
Just something I've always. Can I help you with something? We're getting ready to head out, and
yeah, we are getting ready to head out.
That's
why I'm
Carl.
Here. Listen, I already talked to Carl. Carl is totally set. I'm talking to you now because it seems like you're disturbing the way that the systems we have in place.
What was your name again?
Herr Gruber, this is my attaché, Herr Ricardo.
Herr Ricardo?
Ricardo, yep. Transfers, don't worry about it. You're not expected to know who we are. We just got here.
There is a split second, Jacob, where with your combat training and expertise, you see an opening where no one is looking in this direction. It's just you, Willow, and this guy just standing there. And this guy's name is Terrence.
Jacob is gonna open up his hands and then really say, look, man, I get it. It's all right. And he's gonna put his hand on his shoulder, reassuringly, immediately into a rear neck chokehold.
And he's just chokehold him, And
And
I could make you
Willow-
roll for it, or if you
Willow's
want to.
gonna
yeah.
like grab his feet,
Yeah.
take him off the ground so he can't kick and stomp,
Yeah.
and help Jacob bring him around the corner of the car so they're in the lead of the cars.
Yep.
And then open the door as they pass, and just so when he becomes unconscious, he can just put him in the passenger seat.
Just
exactly.
You just literally like just grab his neck, like take him out, drag him over, right? Lift him up so he can't push up. So like basically his own body weight is helping Jacob like knock him unconscious, like basically choke him out, right? And he's like, and then as you move around, he goes unconscious, goes limp. You're able to shove him into the truck, and all of the problems that I had for you guys in this facility, you have very quickly, you have willowed them. You have absolutely willowed them, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And it looks like we've lost Cyprian, which is unfortunate. Hopefully he'll be back soon. We'll find out.
We'll be down those 100 missiles.
That'll be a real shame if we're down those 100 missiles, but that's all right.
The real shame is how that makes the camera look on the Twitch.
Yeah, well, it's all right. It happens.
Help me.
He'll be back.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Help me. I'm gonna jump in so there's another me. There you go. Now you've got 2 Darewolves. That's too many Darewolves. Day participant. We'll turn that off. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Now this is all jacked up. Now I'm actually Cyprian, which is fantastic. So let me just go over here. Let me just switch these two.
So you can roleplay Cyprian really easy.
Yeah.
Nobility, get rid of the power to the people.
Yes. Socialism.
Down with the free market economy.
With the free market economy. Yes.
Neo-feudalism.
Our missiles will blot out the sun.
Our missiles will blot out.
Hey,
Oh, all right, I'm leaving. All right, hold on. The duplicate wolf is gone. Let me just do one of these. All right, we do this, and then. Nope, is he gone again? Nope, he's back. He's back. Now Cyprian is me, which is fantastic. What would a session be without tech issues? That's all I'm saying. What would a session be without tech issues? It wouldn't be. So
it would be less for sure.
We watch as Willow and Jacob both get into their respective vehicles.
I would like to point out that Willow is going to get in the vehicle with the unconscious guy, and Jacob is going to get in the vehicle with the old team.
I love that journey for you.
Yep.
All right.
Just so if anyone says anything about the guy sleeping in the passenger seat, like, shh, long day.
Long day. It's been rough. He just had his physical.
He just transferred in. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he just transferred in. He was on a drop ship for like a long time. It was a long journey for him. Long journey. But we watch sort of like a cutscene in a video game. Willowed the new A-Rob. Yes, TNX. Willow is the new A-Rob. So A-Rob was a character in my Star Trek Adventures campaign, the original Star Trek Valhalla. This guy, I'd be like, all right, it's a difficulty 7, and he'd roll 9, like successes. It was, I couldn't kill him. I tried. I genuinely tried. And I don't think I'm ever going to be able to kill Willow, because he's going to willow his way out of things. But we watch as like a cutscene in a video game. The trucks all pull out. We see several mechs move in to start to flank them. And then we cut to about 30 minutes later. About 30 minutes later, we are outside of the compound. The convoy is moving in. And what I'm going to do is I want you guys to tell me specifically where you want these guys positioned so that we can begin this shit show, as it were. We can begin this shit show. So yeah, I think you guys wanted them basically like right up here. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's a good place to start.
Perfect. Now the 2 red dots, those are your vehicles that you guys are driving, and both Jacob and Willow, you have control of those red vehicles, the red dotted vehicles. All right. So as the fight progresses, I am going to give you guys control, because who knows? Maybe rather than let these prisoners be released and rescued, just kill them. I mean, you never know, right? So your movement is going to be very important as well. So as they move into position, the opening salvo was going to be from, correct me if I'm wrong, is going to be from Sam, correct? Did you guys tell her who she should fire upon?
We would have told her that to not target anything that was flashing a bright IR strobe. It would appear on her sensors that just a
I
big blinking light.
want her to target this blackjack.
I like that.
Because I don't want her to just immediately get the Atlas's attention. That seems like a bad idea for
This
her.
blackjack right here, right?
That's the one.
Yeah, get that Atlas's attention, and there'll be no more Sam, which will be a real shame. So we watch as you guys have been driving a little bit. We see this cutscene of you guys moving off. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get some initiative rolls. So I'm going to have you guys roll 2d6 plus dexterity, 2d6 plus dexterity. And we're going to dive right into this. So what I'm going to do so that we actually have your characters is I'm going to drag your tokens. I'm actually going to drag your tokens to the top of the map. And that is what we're going to use for your initiative, as it were. So we got Willow, we got Cyprian, we got Callum. Yeah, I like your new token, by the way, Callum. Looks freaking sweet. And Jacob. Look at those cool borders. Super sweet. Super nifty. All right. And then we've got Sam Grayson as well. And then we got Bruce. All right, here we go.
2d6 plus reflex, or just one
just
reflex?
plus reflex. Yep, just plus reflex.
You know what? I upped my edge. Can I spend an edge to reroll my
Yeah,
initiative?
absolutely, man.
All right, we're gonna do that.
As is the rules. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A 2 and a 1.
Absolutely.
I ain't trying to have that.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't play that game.
There we go.
Guys rolled in. Here we go. All right, Sam will make the opening salvo. And we see her neural helmet on. We see her squinting her eyes, looking, and we watch as you have that zoom feature in on your targeting computer for your mech, and you see it goes zzz, zzz, zzz. She locks in, and you see the targeting sort of lock on. And as it locks on, we see Sam look in the direction on her little targeting computer, the little map that she has in the center of her console. She sees Bruce's mech, even though in passive sensor she's got him, and she just says, "Let's do this." And then this mech takes off like a lightning bolt, just rushing out, and we see this stream of missiles come just flying out. And what I am going to do is I'm actually going to give Sam, I'm going to give her just a little freebie here, all right? Because I think this is cinematically makes sense. We watch as each and every one of those LRM-20s slams into the side of this blackjack, just slams into it. There is an explosion as all the missiles strike it, and then there is a concussive as the ammo of his AC-2s explodes, and this thing just erupts as the whole left side of it explodes, and it crumples to the floor in a burning pile of rubble. Now the fight is on, my friends. Explosion. Now the fight is on. My friends. All right, so we're going to start from the top of the initiative. The first up is the Badger. That is going to be driven by... Now, your color is
red.
Red. So I'm going to make this one red. And then the one that is being driven by Willow, I'm going to make that blue. Okay, so you guys can represent which one is yours. So the fight is on. What does Jacob do? You have Delta Company in your vehicle. What do you do?
All right.
I assume
Yes, sir.
we have walkie-talkies, me and Jacob, to talk to each other.
Absolutely. Shortwave radios between the two of you. Correct.
I'm going to say that I'm gonna break hard right so I can make it over towards Cyprian's anchor point, which is the the longbow. So I'm just gonna say I'm breaking right, and burp. How many squares of movement do I have?
These guys are pretty fast. They have 3 movement, so they move
Okay,
up to
so
6, or you can gain 1 heat and do 9.
all right. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna be kind of going around the forest edge, but I'm gonna be heading towards the longbow as best I
Perfect.
can.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we watch as Jacob just pedal to the metal, just roars off as soon as that blackjack goes up in smoke, just rears off, just hard right. All the prisoners in the back are like, whoa, crap, what's going on? The unconscious guy who is not in your truck, but is over in Willow's truck, even feels that hard right, and he gets knocked out again. That's how hard right that was. But you take off. Absolutely fantastic. Callum, my dude, you are doing a cold start, but you are ready to go. What's the battle plan?
Let's go. I'm going to just start hauling ass. So I'm going to push my mech for 12 movement, just because I don't want Sam out there alone. So 12. As I do, I'm going to fire 3 of my weapon groups.
Ooh, sassy.
So the first one is going to be the large pulse lasers at medium range from the start. Although I suppose if I just moved here, everybody is he'd still be a medium range. This VTOL right there. We'll get the pulse lasers.
Love it.
So large pulse lasers at medium range are a +2. So that's gonna be. I need a skill check.
Got a 19. You rolled pretty well.
Shit. That ain't bad. What, you rolled a 5 and a 6. Damn. So that's +10. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have you re-roll that 5 and 6.
I respect that. I mean, I genuinely respect that. Are you sure you want to do that though?
Why?
Like, do you not? I mean, you could just not and let that
I'm gonna
miss.
do it.
Okay, that's fair.
So
I respect that.
Yeah, with the large pulse lasers, that's gonna be 8 damage to the front.
Ooh, so it was turning to actually move in. It was starting to turn to move in and actually looked like it was getting ready to bring some of its weapons to bear against Sam's mech. And we watch as your we watch as your pulse lasers, medium pulse lasers, strike it in the front of its face, as it were. And we watch as it strikes it in the front of its face. And if I remember correctly, and I'm just pulling this up really quick here, let me double check here. They don't have a lot of, armor in the front.
If it's a warrior,
yeah,
it's
we watch as it turns. We watch as it turns, and it goes to get ready to pull up its. It's got like its AC2, and its SRMs are getting ready to fire, and then it's just boom, and it's just explodes in a hellstorm of fire. Well shot. What else you got?
Yeah. I'm gonna hit this helicopter with my Streak SRM4 SRM6 combo.
Love it. Love it. This is gonna be over very quick. Good. This is good.
That is gonna be.
Love it. 18. All right, I believe. Come on. You can do this. Nope. Oh
Okay,
boy. Oh
So
boy.
that is 7 damage to the front. Okay. And this guy right here is going to get another Streak SRM4, SRM6.
Feels just like the video game right now. It's perfect.
It's
just
it's
like Mechwarrior
kind of
5.
like it's kind of funny because, all right, that's a 14. We can,
You might get you.
conceivably, we can do that.
Oh no!
Right side.
So it's getting ready to pivot, and it's just boom, and that one explosion again.
Just
And
auto rotates down.
you start to hear chatter. We're under attack. We're under attack. Bring in the vanguard. Bring in the vanguard.
And you know what? Let's get weird.
Love it.
Love it. I'm going to fire my last weapon group, so we're going to make this one an alpha strike,
Okay.
and it's going to leave me with 1 heat at the end of this turn.
Sassy. I love it.
And I'm going to get the Atlas's attention.
Ooh.
And
Ooh. Doing it, boys. He's doing it.
He's going the
Doing it
distance.
and doing it well.
He's going
so-
for speed. He's not alone
Yeah, so-
in his time of need. He has plenty of allies.
So the Atlas is speed 1 or movement 1, right?
That's absolutely correct.
So it's going to be a +2.
He a chunky
and
boy.
I push, so I'm an extra moving in, so that's +3. Just gotta check I gotta double check it. Yeah, okay, it is. So it is gonna be. There we go.
15. Now this
So,
guy is a little
that's
bit more experienced.
It's
all
a
right.
poopy roll, but
He's a little more experienced.
okay.
You
nothing.
watch, and what weapon group is that?
This is the ER medium lasers.
So you watch as that ER medium laser lances out, and we watch as it sort of looks like it's going to be a hit, but as it strikes, it sort
Just
of like
turns.
like it just turns, and then he pivots back, and you see his AC-20 burst fire start to levy itself against you, my man. He's ready to go. He
There
is
we go, boys.
ready to go. And over comms, you hear him say, "Traitor scum. This is where..." No, I'm sorry. "Traitor scum. This is where you die now." There you go, TNX. I'm sorry. I'm the worst.
I
I'm
have
the
to point out
worst.
that I do not endorse this, nor am I affiliated with
Yeah,
this.
this man does not speak for me.
Except for being inside the game.
Yeah, this man does not speak for me.
Oh, I'm dying. Oh, it's so funny. I gotta stop. I'm the worst. I'm the worst type of human being. All right. Beautiful. So yes, let's do this. So next up is this blackjack back here, which begins to maneuver up and is going to take a couple pot shots at Callum. He just did the what face. TNX is one of my old buddies that I mentioned, and he is German, so I am offending him horribly right now, which is great. But the blackjack's can take a couple pot shots. At old Callumski here. 17.
Okay. Oh boy, that's
And a 13. Or those are two AC
17.
2s.
okay. That's not terrible. My piloting is 9, and blackjack is movement 2, so that would give me a bonus of 1. Bonus 2. 22 on the first.
Ooh, that goes wide.
And that was boxcars, so
Yeah. 19 goes wide, and then he does have a couple of medium pulse lasers actually on this one that he has built into his chest actually. So he's going to take a twin-link shot with that. He's going to run a little hot, but he's feeling a little nervous. He is indeed feeling a little nervous here in this situation. That's only a 12, probably going to miss. Yeah, just completely goes wide. Nothing. All right, this little guy right here is going to pivot over, and this one's armed with a bunch of Streak SRM 6s, actually. He's going to move over to here.
Oh, yay.
And He's gonna take.
I don't want to take my own medicine.
He's gonna take some. He's gonna make some. Oop! I didn't mean to do that. He's gonna try to hit you in the torso. Probably gonna miss with a 14.
Okay.
Crazier things have happened. Crazier things have happened. Oh, goes wide. Brucey baby's right here. Now.
So I think
Yeah.
Cyprian would jump on the comm and tell Bruce to break from the tree line and take the blackjack that's hanging at the back.
I love it. Bruce breaks from the tree line, and
AC 20, that's mean.
almost a little uncharacteristic. Bruce gets a little aggressive. And over comms, you hear him go, "Surprise, bitches," and just
Some fries,
Just
motherfucker.
yeah, and just boom, and he breaks from the tree line. It's just like aggressive. He gets aggressive in this moment, and he almost sounds like maybe like his vocal cord, like his voice just dropped, like he finally hit
Voice is
puberty.
breaking.
Yes, this is, surprise, bitches. Is what you get, and he's gonna unload, and he's been doing pretty well. He's been doing pretty well. I keep hitting the wrong button.
For some reason,
17,
Willow is tearing up. in his,
17.
as you're
And a
talking.
12. Oh, he gets him. And we have a new rule in Mechwarrior Destiny. If you flank, it is double damage. If you can get around behind where they're facing, it is double damage. It's a custom homebrew rule that we've come up with. We used it in the old one. I think it's kind of fun, so I think I'm going to run with it in our campaign as well. So we get a little bit of the tactics. We're not doing time of war precisely, but we're getting a little bit of tactics in here. So hit location, mech, torso.
With an AC 20?
Torso. That is 14 damage to the torso.
That poor blackjack is
14
dusted.
damage to the torso. And we watch, as I mentioned earlier, he's gotten real good in the battle sims of coring mechs. And we watch as he just rolls around. Surprise, bitches. And we watch as this thing just goes straight through this melted slag hole in the center of this blackjack. And then you see that second explosion as the core goes up, and it just erupts, just splitting apart, ripping apart, like Terminator when the T-5000 or whatever it was, the T-1000, just erupts. And I need to grab my little fire token, because, wow, this ambush is going very well for you guys. Holy schmolies in a handbasket. This is amazing. All right, this guy over here is dead. Willow. You are in a vehicle. What would you like to do? There's a big old atlas next to you.
Yeah,
Everything's
Willow.
blowing up.
Yeah, Willow looks at all the explosions and he says, "For some reason, I feel really proud for what happened."
Why do I feel pride? The guy goes to the guy next
I
to you
made
starts to
all of
wake
this
up,
work.
and he goes, "Well, "You're proud of me?"
Yeah, and I go, "Yeah, I am." And I reach over, open his door, and push him out.
Whoa! He falls out onto the road. Just massive gunfire and explosions all around. He's like, "Oh God, no!"
And then I also break hard right, and go drive around the Atlas,
Okay.
like sticking close to the Atlas, and then break also
the tree
towards
line?
the longbow. Yeah, the tree line.
You have up to 9 movement.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You want to give yourself 1 heat, and you're not shooting the little machine guns you have on there, so you've got some distance.
Yeah. All right. I'll take the heat.
All right. All right. This gentleman here is going to move over, and he's actually going to go for the Night Jeer because he wants to give her a little bit of love. 18. That's pretty good. She gets an 11, so she is getting hit with SRM 6s, which is 6 plus M. So let me roll our missile damage. That is 1 additional damage, so that is going to be 7 damage to the Night Jeer. Ooh, that is rough. That is rough. 7 damage. It's probably not going to penetrate, which is good, because the Night Jeer... Actually, hold on. That might actually penetrate. Let me get this up. Nope,
Depends on
it
where it
won't
hits.
penetrate. It won't penetrate. The Night Jeer is pretty robust. So let's give a mech location. Left arm hits his left arm as she pivots to kind of get her guns aimed and levied at the helicopter moving in. And that is going to be 7 to the left arm, which leaves her with 2 armor on that one. And then it also hits as well the torso for 1 damage as well. So left arm's got 7 and the torso has 1 damage as well. So she gets hit pretty good, but she's still up and running. She's still doing all right. And she says, "Left arm damage. Very little armor left. Should I pull back?" She says. And this gentleman here is currently burning. This blackjack here is currently burning. The Atlas. The Atlas.
All right, let's do this.
3. He's gonna push forward. Gets to there, and he's gonna go for the boops. 22 to hit. Alan.
That's okay.
Got this.
All right.
Just roll boxcars.
So we hear this, and we watch as this streak of AC-20 burst fire rounds slam into your Mad Cat in the right arm, just slamming into it.
We're just gonna spend a plot point and call that 1 damage.
It tinks off. It tinks off of it. Just completely tinks off of it.
Okay.
He then levies up his streak LRM 20s, as it were. This LRM 20s with what's the
Artemis 4.
Artemis 4. Artemis 4. He's going to target you with those as well. Let's see what happens. That is an 18 to hit. 18 to hit.
That's good. That's good.
Ooh, those go wide. He's got 2 medium lasers and streak SRM 6s. He's going to fire at you as well for 22. He's coming at you. He's coming 19. That is going to hit your...
I'm going to spend my last edge. You reroll that 11.
You roll that 5 and a 6? All right.
Yeah, please.
16. Oh! All goes wide. And the last is just going to be 2 medium lasers. 2 medium lasers for a 23.
Oh my
god, dude. Boxcars. Boxcars.
He's
Let's
so
go.
big.
He's so chonky.
Cracked.
So big.
Taxes.
That is 5 damage actually
I
to
can
your right
spend an
leg.
edge to make
if you
him
want me to.
reroll the boxcars.
You want me to reroll the boxcars?
Yeah, I'll spend.
Why do
I'll
you
spend my
hate
edge.
me? Let me have this.
This is because I killed you, isn't it?
I killed myself. Thank you
I
very
mean,
much.
yeah, fine.
That was a heroic sacrifice by.
That was absolutely a heroic
and
sacrifice.
that helped turn the tide. Not as much as the 2 headshots by Anders, but I did okay. That was so cool to watch. So cool. So we watch as he is forced by the dice gods to reroll and misses. Oh man! Just
Jesus Christ.
boom, 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 boom! Explosions all around. And once again, he says, "You will die here on this field of battle, you honorless dogs."
And I think Callum is just gonna very tersely reply, "I've heard that before in this exact spot almost."
Literally here, like a year and a half ago. You dirty bastards. All right, let's move over. We got Cyprian. In the
Hit that Atlas in the back now with
brand new longbow. We're going to regret this. I'm going to regret bringing that rule in, but you've got a perfect shot, Cyprian, right into this Atlas's backside.
Yeah.
Make it happen, Big Cat. Make it happen.
Artemis 4 LRM 20s.
The missile boat.
Oh. What do we got here? What is it? It's a 17. That's pretty good. He's actually pretty good. He's good, though. 19! Boom, 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 boom. I did roll a 5 and a 3, if you want me to reroll one of those.
I rolled 9 on 2d6, so I might.
+4.
Yeah, you can have one of my edge and reroll yours.
Okay, I'll reroll. You want me to reroll the 5?
Yeah.
Okay. This will be plus. All right, I'm just gonna reroll 1d6. Oops. Click. Oh, roll the 1. Yeah, that drops that. That dropped that by 4. So yeah, that's a shame. You hate to see it. Where are you hitting this guy? Because you might just mess up this Atlas bad.
Hit the toe, and he's behind him.
Roll the MM. Roll that missile damage, Big Cat. Oh, that's 20 damage to the torso.
Yeah.
That is 20 damage to the
40.
torso. So we watch as this stream.
So it's 8 mm14.
Yeah,
8
so did you roll both?
mm14.
You roll both your.
It's
Missile
You
dice?
rolled 2 at missile dice, so you rolled 1. So that is
That's 3.
that's
That's 11.
That's 22 damage. 22 damage to the torso. All right, 22 damage to the torso. I'm gonna go ahead and splend a plot point that I was given
Splenda.
to make this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take this away from you. That's fucking awesome, dude. I'm not gonna take that away from you. I can't. That's too fucking cool. As we watch as this thing just goes, and I'd like to imagine it's not just the first volley. It's an entire all 100 missiles slam into this guy as he's just pounding forward. We watch as the Mad Cat's getting shot, and we just see this. It's
Make
like
it rain.
dun 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 dun.
You see it from Callum's point of view. You just see all of the missiles coming in from
Da,
behind.
da, and then you just hear the Soviet national anthem start playing, and then there we're at just and just slams into this atlas,
Hey,
and then we
Steve,
watch as it just stumbles forward and collapses onto the ground, just torched. That
Hey,
was
Steve.
insane.
can we get a? My missiles will blot out the sun.
That was amazing.
Funny you should say that because I've got another 2 rounds of missiles.
Yeah,
to come
yeah,
at
yeah. I'm
you,
gonna
but-
give this to you. I'm gonna give this to you, man. That was just a perfect direct hit. You broke through armor and you hit some ammo and some missiles, and that thing went nuclear. Just boom.
So you're just going to
Poor
pivot
Atlas.
slightly upwards and shoot at the helicopter that was hovering just beyond.
Oh
Um,
no. Oh, he
so
might
yeah.
miss. He might miss. 20. He gets you. He rolled boxcars.
Yeah.
I really wanted to
Um,
spend a plot point on that one, but honestly, that was too perfect. That was a glorious hit. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Well, I'll give you the rest of the missiles instead.
I respect that. Right.
You don't even need to feel bad if you don't hit anything else in this round because that's
That's a
that
hit.
thing was.
That's a hit, man. I rolled a 3 and a 1. That's a hit. That is an extremely dead helicopter. Like overkill, as it were. That is an extremely dead helicopter.
That Cyprian just sort of comes out of the tree line and just launches everything and just slightly tilts up as he starts launching. It's like Atlas gone, helicopter gone, everything.
It's just like you're just spray and praying. Just
Yeah.
That's what we call a missile sprinkler.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Fire
The
for
healing
effect.
pilot, just like I'm out. Oh my god, that is amazing. New hourly character. Why does it say new hourly character? Why is that the name of your character? That's
'Cause
funny.
he's new hourly character.
I guess. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna delete that. That's an extra. Okay, this blackjack is dead.
So I'm going to. You said that
here.
we could give you one thing of before.
Yeah.
This happened.
Uh-huh.
So I think the thing that we would have planned is that we would have told Ian that there would be a signal for him to start his attack.
And so the reinforcements that
Get
would
pulled
have
away.
moved in, they
Nice.
are already
Yeah.
get pulled away. So they are a non-issue at this point as they get pulled away. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And we watch as this helicopter here, I'm going to be real, turns and bolts. Just takes off. Just
Bye.
moving as quickly as it can. This Badger here is you guys. And I believe we're back at the top of the round with Callum.
Well,
Yeah.
The thing that Willow did before this happened is
Uh-huh.
he packed a lunch for him and Jacob.
Beautiful. You can start eating their lunch. It's delicious. What is it? Like a ham and cheese?
It's just it's like granola bars. and
Granola bars?
just-
Yeah.
Yeah, easy stuff.
You get hungry when a plan goes really well. You get hungry. And the other two guys take off, these 2 other trucks. This line of vehicles bursts into flames, driving them in the direction, but you guys know that that's just a distraction. And Callum, you've got a blackjack and a helicopter. How would you like to do this?
Well, we're gonna focus down on the blackjack first. And
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, gentlemen.
yeah,
This is
so
one of the most beautifully executed plans I've ever seen in my entire life. Well done.
It's gonna be
Absolutely well
with
done.
the large pulse lasers first, and we're looking at only a 15, so this could miss.
That could be a miss. That is actually possible. That could be a miss. That's possible.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's not a miss.
All right. And so that's that's 8 points of damage to the right leg.
Oof. 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 All right. But what if I spend a plot point and that is 1 damage? Got him.
Okay.
Got him. Got him. Boom. Got him.
He had to get his stuff in somehow.
I gotta do something.
Okay. And next up, we're just gonna try it again.
I respect it. Respect it.
We're just gonna try it again without the +2 though. But better. So, but still, that could miss.
That's pretty good.
That could
That's
miss.
pretty good.
That
It
could
could. I
miss.
mean, it could. I'm not going to. But it could. It could. All right, let me just do this. Let's skill check. All right. And where's that at?
Torso with a potential crit.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and spend a plot point, and that is still a potential crit, but it's only 1 damage.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
I've got him. Also, for all those times you used them against me, Aaron, this is payback.
That's absolutely just fine, dude. I don't mind.
I'm going to get you.
All right. And
This guy is a lone wolf. He's going to get you.
The last missile group.
That's fair.
But before I do that,
Yes. I love it when a plan comes to fruition.
Callum's actually gonna sprint and get behind him
Oh,
for this.
he
for
hates
this
it.
last.
He hates it.
This last one.
Don't do it. No, why? Don't do it. I hate it.
Oh, that's okay. This is probably gonna just legitimately miss, though.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
He sees it. He sees it coming.
Look at that.
He sees it coming. He sees it coming. And now it's his turn, and he's gonna pivot, and he's in close range, and he's in short range. He's feeling pretty good about it. He's gonna fire.
Let's go.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna fire his 2 large lasers on this blackjack, and he's gonna launch at you. And here we go. He's actually a little bit more skilled. 21. How do you like them apples, Callum? How do you like them apples?
21, you say?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's gonna play.
Bam, got him. Right arm, 6 damage. Take it.
6 damage to the right arm.
Take it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't like the way you say that.
Take it. Done. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
And then with his
I see nothing
movement,
wrong with it.
he's going to pivot around behind you, and he's going to fire his 2 medium lasers at you. All right? Because he's a little bit quicker. Actually, he's not that much quicker, but he's going to try anyway. 20
I
to
like
hit.
That brings him closer to the AC-20 just next to him.
Bam,
Oh,
got
yeah.
him. Hit location. Torso, 8
We're
damage.
gonna call that 1 damage.
Coward.
I could do that too.
Coward. So he is lancing out just lasers, just melting and slagging off plates of that armor that you have on your mech, and he's dedicated. I'll tell you that much.
It's good.
However,
Good.
Bruce is going to be like,
that's-
"Are you stupid?" And he's going to shoot.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Wow!
Oh my god, Bruce!
Boxcars. That's a hit
The
unless
dude's-
this guy rolls
Dude's
boxcars.
gotta
He
roll
doesn't.
boxcars.
He doesn't roll boxcars.
Ooh.
Torso.
Ooh.
Torso. You know what? Bruce would have moved around behind him because Bruce is
Mhm.
smart. So that is going to be. Yep, that's a dead guy. As Bruce just boom, and that blackjack is torched as well. And Bruce overcomes directly to Callum. Says, "Hey, I think I'm getting the hang of this." And that's what he says. But we're gonna cinematically kind of end this because there is 1 helicopter left that is going to run away, and as it runs away, Sam locks on with the night gear and just boom, and just boom.
Yeah,
it
I was going to tell
explodes.
Sam that we were just going to just launch everything, just fill the air with missiles so that
Yes.
the helicopters can't get
Missiles
away.
shall blot out the 5th Donegals. But we watch as the group quickly exits. We see a overhead view of Ian's forces taking out several Sam sites and then falling back as the 5th Donegal reinforcements are pulled in multiple directions and don't effectively respond to any of the situations at hand. But we're going to drop over to a couple of days later. You guys are in orbit of one of the moons of Kentares IV. And your friends that you thought likely were gone, dead, killed during this initial invasion. They're alive. A little bit
My friends.
changed. A little bit. Why do you have to be like this, Jacob? Everyone's your friend. You're a very friendly guy.
I mean, for being fair, Callum spent his own money to find out that they were alive anyway, so he knew they were alive.
And they are walking in, and we see
Look at him.
Alan,
Damn it.
Helen, and George. And they all look across to you. They see Yinny, who quickly moves over and embraces her former lancemates. They've obviously had some moments, but this is the first time they've actually entered into the bridge proper to sort of be welcomed in or even offered a position as Mechwarriors in this fight.
I must interrupt you here.
Please.
I think Bruce and Sam should also be here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% they'll
Yep.
be here. Boom. Sam is leaning against the kind of catwalk area. Bruce is next to her, and they're still talking about that fight. And Sam's like, it was incredible, Bruce. And he goes, I cored 2 mechs back to back. I'm telling you, I'm not saying I'm unstoppable, but I am amazing at this. I'm going to be the most famous mech warrior ever. Callum who? Cyprian who? Willow's still pretty cool, but man, I'm going to be super popular. Everyone's going to want to work with me. Sam's like, take a breath, Bruce. Just take a breath. You know, the battle high from 3 days ago. But Yinny moves over, and the group, George, Alan, Helen, they look a little better than they did when you first actually got them. Rescued them. A little bit of food in their bellies, a little bit of actual rest. Not constantly being berated as traitors. George, the first one to speak, sort of looks around this bridge of this massive dropship. You guys looking for mech warriors?
Yeah, I think we've got some spots.
So over it is 2 friends. You guys planning to link up with Ian and give these bastards hell?
We're here already.
Alan steps forward, passing. Got a little bit of a limp in his step, but says, and sign me fucking up. And all 4 of them turn, nod their heads, and candidly speaking, gentlemen, I think this is a good moment, sort of fade, as you guys have rescued your former Delta Company lancemates, as it were, and we roll credits on this session 2 of Mechwarrior Destiny Homecoming. And I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about what my plan is for this campaign. And I've been really inspired by Mechwarrior 4's Vengeance story. And I don't want to just retell that story, but there were a lot of mentions in many of the missions of other groups, other mercenaries, other parts of the resistance running missions. So my mind, when I thought about this adventure, is going to run sort of canonically, and excuse me, not canonically. It's going to run parallel to the Mechwarrior 4 Vengeance story. All right, you guys, we're going to be telling the mercenary company that was former members of the actual, the actual mercenaries of, or not the mercenaries, but the actual, what's the term I'm looking for? The guard,
Guard.
the house guard, members of the house guard. Thank you. We're to tell your story of coming back and reclaiming your home. That is what the story that I'd like to tell with you guys if you guys are on board with it. I feel like really that's what we've been building up to. We discussed it briefly, but I want to make sure you guys are on board because you could very easily say, hey, we rescued them, Ian, good luck. We all played that video game. We know the story ends, you win, no big deal. Or we could stick around and see how you guys basically helped him achieve reclaiming his throne, as it were. So is everyone on board for that moving forward? Yes?
I think so.
Yeah.
Also, I never played that game, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Excellent. Perfect. Totally fine. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic game. They do live cinematic, like they do live action, like
FMVs?
cinematics. Oh, it's so good.
Ooh,
And
ooh.
like you watch, take 2-3 minutes after this session, do Mechwarrior 4 opening cinematic, and it every time I watch it I cry. It's freaking fantastic. Absolutely freaking fantastic. But as I always say at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we get ready to wrap up today's session, gentlemen? I want to just say great job.
You know what, Wolf? I want to say great job. This was great.
You had fun?
It's a great time.
Cool, guys. I'm super glad to be back. We've been plagued with scheduling issues, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
We will continue to be plagued with scheduling issues.
Oh,
by the
absolutely.
way.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask, when are we playing again, gentlemen? When are we playing again?
I'm good whenever at this point.
I
Like,
think
I'm fine.
Willow is
Yeah.
busy next weekend.
I am running a kill team tournament next Saturday.
Okay. So then in that case, our next session will tentatively be the 20th? Does that make sense?
I'm leaving for vacation on the 20th.
How about the 27th, guys?
I'm good.
I should be fine.
Everybody good the 27th?
Maybe, yeah.
All right. You'll see these beautiful folks back in like 2-3 weeks. We'll figure it out.
What is dead can never die.
What is dead can never die. And honestly, it felt like we never missed a beat. We really did. It's a good group. I like playing with you guys. I just want to say thank you to TNX for a bunch of comments. To also we had Core, QWORR92. Appreciate you for stopping in. And just want to say I'm looking forward to getting back together with you guys when we find some time to do so. But just fantastic session. Crazy, some crazy stuff. You always foil my plans. Whenever I think I've got you, I get foiled, and that's what I love about this group. But
Willow talks his way through everything.
and Cyprian talks his way through missiles, which is fantastic. And Callum just can't be hit. So absolutely fantastic. Jacob, the chokeout was fantastic. Fantastic. But anyway, be well, be safe, everyone. Happy gaming, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Good night.